Welcome back to your SNHU Excel overview. Now that you've explored how to get started in your Excel course, this video will show you how to access your learning path and set goals for yourself. Every SNHU Excel course has a learning path that guides you through new concepts in the course. To get started in your learning path, click on the Learning Path link in the left-hand navigation menu. This link will bring you to your customized learning path. Keep in mind that your learning path will probably look a little different than the one that is shown here. Once the learning path loads, you'll see circles like the ones shown here. These circles represent all of the learning units in your course. Each learning unit is broken into learning objectives. As you can see, the circles show you how many learning objectives there are in each unit, as well as how many learning objectives you already accomplished when you took your diagnostic assessment. In the course I'm showing you here, no objectives have been accomplished across each of the learning units. When you take an Excel course, however, it is likely that some of these learning objectives will already show as being accomplished based on the results of your diagnostic assessment. That means that when you're working your way through the learning path, you can focus only on the learning objectives that you haven't accomplished yet. To access a learning unit, click on the unit name below the circle. Once in there, you'll see all of the different learning objectives within that unit. Then, when you click into a learning objective, you will see the learning resources and a knowledge check. To complete the learning objective, you will need to review all of the required learning resources, which include things like textbook readings, videos, and presentations. Once you've read or watched all of the required learning resources, you can take the knowledge check. The knowledge check is found at the very bottom. Your knowledge check has multiple choice questions and looks a lot like the diagnostic assessment. Once you've answered all the knowledge check questions, you should click Submit. After you click Submit, your knowledge check score will be shown. Depending on how well you do on the knowledge check, you'll either accomplish the learning objective or be asked to review optional resources and retake the knowledge check. These optional items will automatically come to the top if you did not accomplish your knowledge check on the first try, like I've demonstrated here. To navigate back to all the learning units, click on this button here, Return to the Lesson. To navigate back to all of the learning units, you can click up here and go right back to Unit 1 to see all of the other learning objectives in this unit. Now, while you're here, you might also want to set goals for yourself to complete the learning units. The due dates you set here are automatically set to show the last day of the term. These due dates will populate once the term begins, with the last day of the term. The goals that you set here in My Goal should align with what you put in your course kickoff assignment. You are not required to finish the learning units before the goal date that you set, but you might want to take advantage of the accelerated, self-paced nature of this course to finish your learning path well before the end of the term. You can set goals for yourself by clicking on the My Goal button shown here. Let's say, for instance, that you want to finish all of Unit 1 within the first week of class. You would set your goal to be the end of the first week of the term, and you could do that for all of the Unit 1 learning objectives. You might want to give each learning objective the same due date, or you could set different dates for the various learning objectives. You can set the goals to whatever you'd like, again, keeping in mind that these dates should match up with what you submit in your course kickoff assignment, so you and your instructor are on the same page in terms of your goals for the course. I would encourage you to work with your advisor and instructor to set realistic goals that will help you finish the course in the timeline that you're hoping for. Consider how much time you have to devote to school each week, how you will break up that time between your Accel courses, how many objectives you have in each course, etc. Now, if you go back to the learning path home, you will see that we have not accomplished any objectives in Unit 1, since I did not submit answers for that first knowledge check. But this circle will fill up as you start taking and passing knowledge checks. Once you've passed all of the Unit 1 knowledge checks, this entire circle will fill in, and you'll be done with Unit 1. You need to complete all of the learning units in your learning path before you can hand in your final assessment for courses that have one final assessment. You can work on your final assessment as you work your way through the learning path. And for the courses with multiple part final assessments, some pieces can be submitted as you go. Again, courses with just one single final assessment piece will require that you complete the learning path before submitting the assignment. And all courses do require that you finish the entire learning path before you can complete the course. Please contact your instructor if you have any questions about using your learning path, setting goals for yourself, or getting ready to take your final assessment.